Good morning. It's been a long time since we had that last video drop here on the YouTube channel. My name's Wilson. I'm with Raw Epics. We're on the hardtail today, and we are going to check out a revised and renovated Pulau Ubin Ketam trail. It's a breakfast of champions here. Here we are in the queue. Could be a while though because it's a weekday right now. Alright, can head off. Gingerly. So I do apologize for the lack of content between this video and our last video, which was the one of the Whistler heli drop. As you can see, we've been pretty busy with work, getting training other people, guiding as well, a bit of racing and a bit of skills training, work training, and it's been all good. A few things to learn, but it's led us into a strong place for 2023. And what better way to start 2023 than with a new trail? Well, a revamped trail, which is Ketam, which we shall see in a short while. So a review of the Ketam mountain bike trail and Pulau Ubin. Why are we doing this? We're hearing some conflicting reports about the trail's too easy, it's been dumbed down, some of the features aren't going to hold up to weather or heavy usage. And I'm just here to give an honest review of all of that. I'm not sure how much of that is true, so I'm going to give you my perspective as a mountain bike instructor and a guide. Another reason why I think this review is timely is because it's just been so long that this trail has been closed. It seems like it's been so long, you know, almost 6 months. So we're here to give the lowdown on that and to give us our honest opinion on it. So how we're going to do it is we're going to be riding closer to like maybe 50 or 60%. Just a point of note, people ask me how am I actually able to talk and ride at the same time. You know, and the honest answer is that I never actually ride at 100%. You know, I'm kind of chilling. You know, if it's not 70 or 60%, I'm riding closer to 50%, especially if I'm doing a ride when I want to work on my own skills. And I'm doing a ride where I actually want to talk about the ride. You know, this gives me more chance to catch my breath and to also have people see what's going on the trail, so it doesn't zoom by too fast. So the first thing that you'll note is that when we come over here, there's a diversion here that's hoarding up here. So the blue trail that is on the grass is obviously open, so you can actually see the blue trails here have been closed off. Okay, but it's the black trail, the western, northern and eastern segment of the entire loop, which we are actually going to be looking at now. So I think the best thing to do now is to actually head over to Pipit Hut here, and it will start the trail here from Popper. There's going to be a few black and double black options, so we'll definitely check those out and we'll see how much of those we can actually ride. There's more hoarding over here on the left and right. So to where Sea Breeze goes, that trail over there, it's pretty much closed. Same for over here. And I think up here as well we are going to see more hoarding. Yep, there it is. So usually cyclists go up that way and they go on the left over there, so we're going to skip that. We're going to go here, which what looks like a dead end but actually is where we actually link up with the trail. You can pretty much enter from here. I think with the blocking off of the blue line, people are going to use this as a climbing trail, definitely. Let's get up there. It's been raining a bit last night, so the rocks are a bit damp. So keep that in mind when we are trying some of the harder lines over here. So we're up here at the entrance, a double black line over here, it's overshot. Single black here is called Golden Orb. So let's head into the trail now and see what we can find. that was pretty sketchy in the wet rocks, but I think we managed to do an okay job of it. We'll keep going. This thing is much more compact. You can see I've actually got rid of a lot of the roots. This turn is so much smoother now. So this switchback turn, which used to have a bunch of roots poking out, pretty smooth now. And this switchback, which used to have roots on the exit, it's also been smoothed out. You can see there's a very definite main line right now. The wet soil actually makes it quite grippy in a lot of parts. So that's awesome. Straggler over here is interesting because the A line which is on the right looks to be untouched, but they've really done a good job of smoothing out this line over here. Alright, so we're just going to ride this once. I'll show you how it looks like. So you can actually incline over here, push, and actually really simple, really manageable over here. Obviously the A line here is still doable. Shall we give it a crack? A line is still doable as well. So that's a good thing going. Let's keep it up. You can see where the main line has been identified, and they've kind of cleared away all the offending roots. So they're coming to this part where they're actually like 4 separate lines over here you can take. You can see how they smoothed out that section there. That's pretty rollable. You take the main line over here, up the top. You can see where it's really greasy, really green. And there's a line where you can go down potentially. You can also take this drop over here, which is fun. Of course, if you are in a bit of a pickle, you can always go by that way, the far right. Let's see what I can do here. That's a nice drop. I'm just gonna roll that one. Just gonna take it easy. This bike doesn't have much travel. It's a bit wet. There's a few factors going. So this line, it used to be up here actually. So this was the original line. I'm just taking it just to give you a kind of a compare and contrast. You can see where this was actually a chicken line which wasn't there originally, but obviously by the way the gravel's gone, it's now the main line. But now when people are actually riding on the trail, you really start to see whether it holds up to usage. So maybe we will come back here in maybe 6 months time, 12 months time, and see how the trail has really changed. It's not bad, these parts remain unchanged. You can see how this climb is much smoother now. Let's look at this portion here. Oh, it's still wet. So this portion here is one of those tricky ones where you do pick up a bunch of moisture through there. And this rock over here is obviously blocked off that far left line, and the objective is to obviously try to take that left line, that notch right in the center there, or to kind of do like a low speed climb up on the far right. We'll try and do the notch. Kind of possible. Obviously it's wet rocks now, so you could hear the rear tire losing traction just a little bit. And this part is a nice flowy section, so we're gonna enjoy it for now. I'll talk less and just let the bike do the talking. How about that? like this. Okay, let's observe this climb. Wow, the left line here is so much smoother now. Look at how they fill in the holes. It's very unattractive to go by the right hand side line right now. So the previous version of this trail, there wasn't really like a right or wrong line for the most part. Your line choice, which was like maybe limited to 2 or maybe 3 different lines, could be decided on the basis of, you know, whether there was pros and cons to each line. But of course now when they put the gravel on, you made a very strong suggestion as to which is the correct line now. I think most people who ride this trail will be happy with that decision. You can see this little divot here, the off camber here has been shot up. So good rock armoring over there. There are a couple of funny off cambers on this section here, so the gravel really has the support. This particular one here, the root that was right in the middle has been taken out. So again, super smooth. You can kind of focus more on your cornering technique rather than having to worry about whether the root is going to mess you up. So overall, I think the review's been pretty good so far. Let's keep going. Optional rock rollover. Super smooth. Even the gravel here has been just done so nicely. Now this particular approach, I would say this is still kind of tricky. It hasn't really diminished in terms of difficulty level. But that rock garden we just did over there marks kind of the start of where historically Ketam Trail has been started to be a bit more technical. Okay, you can kind of see like both lines over here. Main line up here on the right. You can see how the line closure over there, so there used to be a chicken line. I think it's really important to point this particular one out. Like the chicken line would stay low over that way. But you can see the main line over here, as has been suggested by where the gravel has been deposited. It goes kind of up past that dark rock, and you kind of roll over that slanty grey color rock, like so. Okay. There's these for traction. You just have to time your pedal stroke properly over that. Pedaling smoothly. This one over here is interesting. They removed this gymongous rock that used to be smashing people's forks on the right hand side. So you can really kind of just ease your way up this hill. Now I'm kind of going in like kind of a hard gear and just smashing it up. So super easy. Previously you had to come in with acceleration, you had to do a wheel lift on the front wheel, you had to do a wheel lift for the rear. And you had to get that smoothness just right. And now it's just factors easier. You know, where previously it was maybe an 8 out of 10, maybe it's like a 4 out of 10 now on the difficulty scale. Now, overall, I think this section is panning out to be a place where you can actually practice climbing technique, focusing more on smoothness. Whereas previously you would have to rely on a lot of bursting and hard accelerations. Now you can do things like pedaling smooth circles, keeping the power even, like what I'm doing now. Also getting your gear choice correct. It's always important. Oh, it's beautiful here. I do miss some of the pointy rocks though. So this part over here, you actually come in with a hell of a lot of speed and you have to scrub it off quickly due to the narrowness of the tree. So this is definitely not a blue trail. I'd say like a dark blue trail, just because it's pretty narrow and the line of sight is not always very obvious here. So for newer riders or less experienced riders, they might feel a lack of confidence on some of these features. You can see where previously the roots were running across that whole section. It's been much smoother now. Okay, this is one of the main climbs, the main switchback climbs. I'm doing it blind for the first time. So I'm just going to use the method which I've always done, which is to put the front wheel way on the outside of the turn. Okay. You can see it's much smoother now on the exit of that turn. You're still going to tread your way through here though, so you need to be very judicious with your pedal position, your crank position. The rock garden is still shit though. Carrying on, just ride for a bit. So rather than listening to me talk endlessly, just let me try to pay attention to a few things. Where you can actually carry momentum on the trail, let the bike feel light, kind of glide over the rocks, and when you want to press down on the trail. This is a really interesting section. They've actually like rerouted it onto the main four-wheel drive track. So we are on the four-wheel drive track now. There's a rest hut over there. The main trail used to be in there. And I think it's brilliant that they've actually routed the route here, forcing people to take a bit of a breather. This is like a kind of a nice spot here. Really good for beginners. You know, this might be a good place to actually bring beginner riders. A nice wide trail. You can learn that descending. And it peels off on the main track and it goes back in to the single track here. So I rate that whole section like a green trail, like suitable for novices. Definitely, if you're a more advanced rider, you could go at top speed and clear it within a few seconds. But just for riders who are new, this place is pretty good. So we're coming to this place called China Bowl now. There's a bit of a wall right here. And I wasn't sure how much gravel there would be at the bottom, so I kind of took my speed off there. And obviously the consequence is that you have to put in a bit more effort to climb up the hill here. The second steep climb of China Bowl. So once again, we're looking for traction on the climbs. There's a shortcut on the right there, but we're going to go left to Bird Ridge. This is an extra maybe 400 meters. And definitely you gain a few more meters vertical here. Let's just see whether it's done anything to this particular segment. We'll let our legs do the talking, rather than me running out of breath by chatting to you. Just enjoy the ride. I don't think much has changed up here except for some plant pruning. They've cleared some of the trees over here. Kind of kept the line wide to avoid the growth from the sides. There's still a very obvious camber to this particular section, but I'd say the smoothness has increased slightly. Let's see how this goes now. Oh man, that berm is so good. It rides so much better now. It's much more support. I guess the only pity is that there's only one nice berm for every such distance of trail. You know, it's a long distance in between nice corners. Still a messy chicane there. Oh wow, there used to be a big rut over here and it's just much smoother now. Okay, it's obviously a bit wet here, but they've done a good job making a flat corner, and this is where it gets really interesting, because it used to be a very rutted approach to this particular descent. But you can see that berm now is really, they have a very nice catch on it, so it kind of pushes you in a U-turn. It might be a good one to practice your inclination, okay, and also like your pressure control on this particular section. Oh wow, such a good corner to push against. If I had more grippy front tire, I would probably push harder on that, but I'm happy for now. This climb is called Lactate, supposedly the longest climb here. I'm inclined to agree. It's not a bad climb if you focus on your technique here and just keep in mind staying below your red line. I'm not trying to blow up. So I'm having a conversation with you guys now because I myself am trying not to blow up. And if I stop talking, it probably means I've gone past that red line. Haha. Oh, they got rid of that old tire in the ground. It used to be in the way. Kind of plunked it out. So that's nice. So you can see I'm quite high on this side of the hill, and in a while we can have a quick look at what options are here. Kind of leafy. Not sure if anyone's actually taken care of that. This one over here, bunch of rocks. I'm not sure whether they've been put in the best possible position. It looks very pointy. Maybe not much has changed here. Oh god, that's actually a loose rock. So maybe not so healthy on that one. I'll move that. I don't know, mixed reviews for this. But it looks much smoother just down there. I'd say this is a great job. So we're going to try the A line for now. Let's see if it's still riding well. Part of the reason why I'm doing this video is to make sure whether any of the A lines were remaining open, and I guess we get to try on a hardtail now, don't we? Kind of riding blind for this one, so I take it really easy. The entry is going to be a little bit more challenging. Let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, there we go. So the A-line still works. Wasn't my best performance on that, to be honest. I think that's just the greasy rocks. Man, a lot of lateral movement on the bike. But let's go back up the trail. Let's just look at the B line for now. I think the majority of riders will be doing that line, so it's worth having a look at that. Okay, we're at the same starting point before. We just done grave drop, which is double black on the right. Let's do a single black called enough. This is more like the preferred line for most people. So it does have a rock garden, and you do need to control your speed and your direction through there. Very narrow trees, but once you pass that, it's really smooth. Here, a bit of support there, smooth, and pump, flat corner. And then you can kind of ride out this section here. Pretty easy, I'd say. I'm not sure whether it's an improvement. Definitely some of the gravel can be troublesome and it's really dry. So ironically, you want a little bit of damp. It will help with the traction. Helps keep everything sticky. So just with this flat section here, I think There's actually a good improvement over here because previously there was a lot of mud and now it's been filled in. Okay, there's gravel put on top. Hopefully the drainage remains good over here. It rained yesterday, but I don't see any major puddling going on. So, okay, we're gonna climb Easy Ridge now. Now this climb used to have a big ass rock over at the side here. It's been broken down. You can see pieces of rock over there. So less intimidating as an entry. The steepness still remains though, and this is the harder climb on Easy Ridge. Once again, a lot of the holes filled in. A lot of pointy rocks have been taken out. Lots of room to move left and right on the trail. The tree roots over here have been dealt with. It's pretty good. The gradient hasn't changed though, it's still a very physically demanding track. Okay, Black Cobra versus Quarry View. Both of them are rated single black. Although the approach to Black Cobra is much easier than what it was in the past. You can see the paving on the sides, the gravel. It's still a very steep climb though, so you really need good body position for this and smooth paddling to get through. So I think it's really good. This is a great climb. Just work our way down now to the second part of Black Cobra, which is what everybody is interested in, the descent. Oh, still messy here. I'm glad they kept that rock garden. Oh wow, this is much smoother now. Look at that. Look at the... I just want to point out to you guys the drainage that's actually occurring down here. There used to be a horrible rut that people will fall into. Now they've realigned the trail, give it a little bit of a camber, so it pushes you into the descent here. You see that now? And we just keep working our way down. This might be a problem. I'm not sure about how well armored this is going to be, but when you look at Black Cobra descent itself, you can see that nothing much has changed. It's still the same old Black Cobra. Doing on a hardtail is so much fun. So much fun, yeah. Let's go back up the trail. We might check out the beeline on this particular section. Okay, we're back at the top of the Quarry View Black Cobra Junction, and we went there the previous time. Let's go Quarry View. Kind of wind down our little review. Let's see how smooth this part is. Flat corner. Pretty much the same. Oh, they've done some work here. Nice. It's kind of a flat corner. They want you to go up to the outside, avoiding those rocks in the left. The rest of it is pretty straightforward. It's pretty much what I remembered. Done a bit of gravel on this side here. And that's our review of Pulau Ubin's mountain bike trail, Ketam. So my overall review of mountain bike trail here at Pulau Ubin, which is Ketam, generally positive. I'd say they smoothed out a lot of the difficult climbs, stuff where you had to worry about getting momentum and lifting over rocks and roots. Now you are more concerned with your pedaling efficiency, your smoothness of the pedals, and also whether you're able to hold your pace. It's less bursting and recovering, it's more constant pace right now. Especially if people want to work on their climbing. I think there are a lot of great pull-out spots where people can kind of rest. It's a wide enough trail in a lot of parts where people kind of pull out and watch other riders go past or watch their friends session a particular feature, especially the climbs. The descents are amazing. I think they still left in a lot of the A-line option, the black and double black options. I hit all of them today. You know, maybe not at top speed, or not my best form because it's a bit wet. I'm on my hardtail bike with cross-country tires. But definitely if you are a more advanced rider and you bring a big bike to play, this is definitely something you can really progress your skills on. There's some amazing corners here. I think the 3 or 4 berms that are now in existence here really help you to have a different feel of cornering, where most corners on the island are really shitty, really flat, or even off-cambered. The ones with a lot of support will give you more leeway to push into them and push out of them with more speed. So overall, a faster trail. If you take all the B lines and you flow through and you avoid all the tricky technical sections, you'll get through this pretty fast. And I'm gonna bring people back here, most definitely. I think you should definitely come back here as well and give this a try. So thanks for watching, thanks for following us on this new revamped Ketam mountain bike trail so far. It's been awesome having you around. Come and ride. Get off your bum. Get on your bike. This is going to be a great start to 2023, especially with this particular trail. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you.